I wasn't going to make a video today. I have some work I got to do. I'm going the end of October. Goldman Sachs has invited me to come to Washington, D.C. They've set up some meetings with my senator and my representative relative to small business and what small businesses need from the government. And then also they've invited some major people from the financial industry to interact with. And so I was preparing for that, and I wasn't going to make a video. And then I went to my Discord and I got a question, and it was about a fintech company in Brazil. And I asked myself, why would I want to own a fintech company out of Brazil? I know nothing about the banking industry in Brazil, and why would I want to own it? And so let me show you exactly how it came about. It was on our Discord. I got this question, and I want to walk you through the process that I went through as a result of one of the members of our tribe asking me a question that opened my eyes up to, God, I gotta own that company in Brazil. Let me walk you through it. This is our Discord, and if you've never had a Discord, I'm not going to try to explain it to you. This was something that one of my people built for me. And you can see over here, part of the Discord says Kerry's office. And this is where I invite our tribe members, of which there are about 1,000 now, to come and ask me questions and to help me find stocks that they think are going to be big winners in the future. And here, Gelland 13 asked me, "Hi, Kerry, can you look into NU Holdings? NU Holdings provides digital banking platform in Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, and the Cayman Islands, and the United States." And my first reaction was, why would I want to own a fintech company out of Brazil? And that was my question. But I then click on here and I see that Gilland is a platinum member, and I've invited my platinum members to come in at will. And if they'll do a little research and they think that it's a company I need to look into, I do it. So then I go to Seeking Alpha, and I look up a new Holdings, NU, and I see it's selling for $16.50, and I see it's projecting in 25 through 27 an average growth in their earnings of somewhere around 35%. And an average growth in their revenues of somewhere around 30%. Well, I have what I call a rule of 40. If I add any of those 2 years together and they exceed 40, such as 38 and 33, I think that works out to be about 71. That's over 40. That's a growth company. In my mind, that's a growth company. So I said, okay, I'll dig into it and I'll take a look at it and see what, in fact, it's all about. Samantha is my AI agent. I built her over the last 6 months, and she creates for me. As you can see, I give her a prompt. It's about 4 pages long, and I ask her to go in and analyze this stock, and you can see she gives me an executive summary. And to just speed it up, it's buy new holdings for the robust growth prospects and the strengthening financial performance. The company is scaling revenues at 40% year over year and expanding margins, indicating a runway of growth. Given its sector's leading position and improving unit economics, we recommend accumulating NU with a long-term view to capitalize on its growth. And then it goes through and it gives me its quantitative analysis, and then you can see it gets in profitability an A, liquidity an A, solvency a B+, efficiency an A+. And it goes through every one of the financial metrics that are important to me to determine whether a stock is a growth stock or it's a one-off or what it is. And you can see it's about a 24-page document. And then it goes into what I ask for, and most importantly, what's the price of this stock going to be in 26, 27, 28, and 29, and give it to me in 3 scenarios, a conservative, a moderate, and aggressive. And you can see she goes through and she does that. And I pretty much focus on the moderate growth. And you can see it's $22 in 26, or $27, $26, $28, $30, and $33. And then what I really like to do is give me a score based on your confidence level that it's going to happen to this, based on not only the quantitative but the qualitative analysis as well. And you see it gives me an 85 out of 100, and that's outstanding. And that caused me to say, I need to look at this. So then what do I do? Well, what I then do is take it and put it in a format where I can share this with my tribe. And I don't own it as of now, so it's not on this section of my tell sheet. These are the stocks that I own, and my projections of what they're going to be worth based on my current cost basis at the end of 2028, start of 2029. And then I have what I call my my watch list. And until I make a purchase on new, new is going to stay in on my watch list. As you can see, it's selling right now for $16.08. It's a fintech. It's got a PE ratio of about 28, and it's got a PEG ratio of about 8, which tells me it's undervalued. The market has not really recognized what it's worth. And then it went through and it told me that as I said, it's worth $16.08 today, that they're projecting by the 1st of January of 2026, it'll be 22, then 26, and then 30, and then 33, which would give me, and I'm asking for the return based on the price on the start of 2028, not 29. It would give me a 86% return on my investment over the 3 years with an 85% confidence rating. Then what I did, and this is really where the rubber meets the road, is I create a podcast. And what my tribe members do is click on there, and it gives them a verbal podcast on this stock.
Deep Dive, the space where we process the raw data and deliver clarity straight to you. I'm Samantha, one of Kerry's AI research agents here at Best of Us Investors. And today, we're tackling a request that came straight from Kerry himself. He wants a professional review of the stock analysis for new holdings. That's ticker NU.
And I'm Bart. Our objective here is pretty focused, really zeroing in on Kerry's main question. Does this stock, NU, have a plausible, high probability path to delivering a return over 100% within the next 3 years?
Right. That's the core goal for Best of Us.
So with that, my tribe members don't have to read the 24-page document. They can go in and listen to this and come away with an understanding of why do I want to buy it. Then what I do is say, I don't really want to buy it at $16.08. I go and they tell me in that document that the place to buy it is about $13.95 or $14. And that will then push this number up over 100%, and that's a winner. What really blew me away was, though, they said, how does this compare to other fintech companies? And you can see it's a $76 billion business. And I just happen to know that on here I also have SoFi. There's SoFi. You all know SoFi. It's a big fintech company. 33 billion. Wait a second. 33 billion and new is 76 billion? It's 3 times the size of SoFi, and you and I had never heard of it, and I never would have heard of it if it hadn't been on my Discord in Kerry's office. One of my tribe members said, I found this company, take a look at it. That's how Best of Us Investors works. This is how new investing will work. This is how Wall Street will be replaced by Main Street, or at least the playing field will be leveled, because we have 1,000 people looking for the next new holdings, ticker symbol NU. I am excited about the opportunity that I can present you as to how to increase your family wealth. I am getting comments that I'm living in a ground that I have never experienced in the past. Now, the fear is, will this go away? Of course it will. Of course it will. Because these artificial intelligence will be built out and that will disappear. The big hyperscalers will stop spending the $3 trillion, and that's got to be replaced by some other form of cash inflow. And it's our job to find it. And maybe this new fintech, which will lower the cost of doing businesses with banks, will be a way for companies to grow and replace the big banks because they're more efficient, they're more profitable, and they're more consumer oriented. This is the future. But you've got to stay in touch with it or you'll get caught up in the downdraft when AI data centers are built out. And now we need the companies that are going to deliver us the benefits of AI. And New Holdings just might be one of them. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you see the light of what's coming and what can change your lives. I talked to a lady just yesterday in northern Iowa, and her husband works, and she stays home and manages the household. And he said, why don't you start managing our portfolio? Why don't you do what Kerry is telling us to do? He's got the track record. Let's take control of our financial future. That's what I want for you. You make the decision.